Hello everyone, this is Surya Kaushal sir, and today I am going to start the first chapter of physics, motion. Okay, this is very important chapter of physics, motion. So students, firstly a question is arising in my mind, what is motion? Okay, what is motion? The continuous change in position, the continuous change in position with respect to time, okay, the continuous change in position with respect to time is known as motion. Then what is continuous change in position? Okay, let us suppose I am standing here, okay, and this is point A. I am standing at point A and just going one step in forward direction, next step in forward direction, next step in forward direction. Okay, so here when I was at position A, then here my position is x1. When I move from A to B, then my position is x2. After it, my position is x3, then x4, okay, and so on. Okay, so here I am moving from A to B to C to D and so on. Okay, so here continuous change in position with respect to time. Okay, with respect to time. So guys, the continuous change in position with respect to time is known as motion. Why time is considering here? Because without using time, motion cannot be possible. Okay, without using time, motion cannot be possible. Let's see here. I am at A. When I move from A to B, then I am using a little bit time. Okay, when I am not using a little bit time, so I cannot change my position. Okay, so guys, in the case of motion, time is most important phenomena. Okay, so there are three factors on which motion is dependent. Without these three factors, motion cannot be possible, and that three factors are: first factor is distance traveled. Okay, distance traveled. Next, speed, and last one is time. Okay, without these three factors, motion cannot be possible. Means these three factors are most important factors in the case of motion. Because if I have not 1 centimeter or 1 millimeter or 1 nanometer distance, I have not any distance. Okay, either 1 meter, 1 nanometer, 1 micrometer, no distance is available here. So where I move, I will stand here only. Okay, so if I have not I have not distance traveled, so I cannot move from one place to another. In next step, speed. As we know, if speed is 0, then object will be in rest. Okay, this is the characteristic of object. If the speed of object is 0, then the object will be in rest. And without using time, we cannot move from one place to another place. Okay, so these three factors are very important in the case of motion. So some formula related to motion. First one is distance traveled. Okay, distance traveled is equals to speed into time. Speed into time. So in another way we can say the product of speed and time is also distance traveled. Okay, the product of speed and time is also called distance traveled. So from this formula we can find speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken. Okay, distance traveled upon time taken. And for time, from this above formula we can derive another formula. Time will be equals to distance traveled upon speed of the body. Okay, these three formula will use to solve the numerical related to motion. Okay, related to motion. So one term is coming here, distance traveled. Distance traveled. So what do you mean by distance traveled? What do you mean by distance traveled? The actual path covered by the body. Okay, the actual path covered by the body is known as distance traveled. Okay, let's suppose the body is at point A and it will move from A to B, but the path between A and B is little bit curved. Okay, so the body when move from A to B, then it will use this path. Okay, this path. From this curved path, the body will move from A to B. Okay, let's consider the distance from A to B of this this curved path is 10 meter. Okay, or 10 kilometer, and the smallest distance between it is 7 kilometer. Okay, so the body is using this curved path to move from A to B. Okay, so this traveled distance or this covered distance is known as distance traveled. Okay, this is called distance traveled. Distance traveled. So the actual path covered by the body, the actual path covered by the body is known as distance traveled. So what is displacement? Displacement. The shortest distance between these two positions, the shortest distance between position A and B is known as displacement. Okay, so there are two factors. One is distance traveled, and another one is displacement. Okay, so distance traveled is what? The actual path covered by the body or the actual path traveled by the body is known as distance traveled, and the shortest distance between these two positions A and B is called displacement. Okay, so what is main difference between distance traveled and displacement? Let us see here. First one, distance traveled. Okay, distance. In first step, distance cannot be equal to 0. Okay, distance traveled cannot be equal to 0, because if distance will be 0, then motion cannot be possible. Okay, so first factor is what? Distance traveled cannot be 0. Second one, the SI unit of distance traveled is meter. Okay, the SI unit of distance traveled is meter. In third step, it is a scalar quantity. Okay, it is a scalar quantity. One new term is coming here, scalar quantity. What is quantity, or what is scalar quantity? What is vector quantity? Okay, there are two types of quantity. Okay, two forms of quantity you can say. One is scalar quantity, another one is vector quantity. Okay, vector quantity. What do you mean by scalar quantity? A quantity which have magnitude but not a perfect direction. Okay, a quantity which have only magnitude but not a direction is called scalar quantity. Okay, and what do you mean by vector quantity? A quantity which have magnitude as well as direction. Okay, the quantity which have magnitude as well as direction, and it also obey vector law of addition. Okay, it should also obey vector law of addition. So what is magnitude? What is magnitude? All the numerical values, okay, all the numerical values are called magnitude. Let us see here 10 kilometer. Okay, here 10 is what? 10 is magnitude. 7 is what? It is magnitude. 1 minute, 5 second, 2 Newton, 5 Pascal. All these phenomena is called magnitude. Okay, the numerical value is called magnitude. So what is direction? Okay, here magnitude is 10 kilometer. And see here, if this body start to move from A to B, okay, so here it is moving in this direction. At this point, it is moving in this direction. In this point, it is moving in this direction. Here, in this direction. Here, in this direction. Means what? This body is continuously changing its position. Okay, sorry, continuously changing its direction. Okay, this body is continuously changing its direction. So here, if I ask to you, what is the distance traveled by the body? Then you will say, sir, 10 kilometers. And what is the direction of this distance traveled? So there is no perfect direction here. Okay, so we can say here is only magnitude but not a perfect direction. Okay, so we can say a quantity which have only magnitude but not a perfect direction is called scalar quantity. So in the case of distance traveled, it is a scalar quantity because it had not a perfect direction. So what is direction? If I ask to you, this body is moving from A to B and using this path, this straight line path. Okay, so here what is distance traveled by the body, or what is distance covered by the body when it is moving from A to B along this straight path? So you will say, sir, 7 kilometers. And what is the direction of distance travel? Then you will say, sir, it is moving from east to west. Okay, it is moving from east to west because it is not changing its direction. Okay, so we can say displacement is a vector quantity and distance traveled is a scalar quantity. Okay, so displacement. It can be equal to 0. Okay, displacement can be equal to 0. It can be, okay, not always. It can be 1 meter, 2 meter, 10 kilometer, 100 kilometer, or it can also be equal to 0. Okay, but in the case of distance travel, it cannot be equal to 0. Can never be equal to 0 because if distance travel will be 0, then motion cannot be possible. Okay. So first factor of displacement, it can be equal to 0. In which case it can be equal to 0. Let us suppose a body is moving in a circular track. Okay, a body is moving in a circular track. This body is start moving from point A. After covering this circular track, it comes here. Okay, so if I ask you, what is the distance traveled by the body? Let us suppose its radius is r. Okay, if I ask you what is the distance traveled by the body, so the actual path covered by the body, is known as distance traveled. So here, what is distance traveled? It is equals to the circumference of the circle. Okay, so here distance traveled will be equals to distance traveled will be equal to 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi r because circumference of the circle is what? 2 pi r. Okay, so distance travel is 2 pi r. And if I am asking about displacement, what is displacement of this body? So here displacement will be equal to 0. Displacement will be equal to 0. Why displacement is equal to 0? Because it is the shortest distance between two positions. Okay, displacement is what? It is the smallest distance between two positions. Let us suppose this is point A and the position is x1 or xi. Okay, xi means what? Initial position. The position from which the body start to move. Okay, it's called initial position. And this one is final position. What is final position? the position at which the body is reached finally. Okay, it's called final position. So here point A is initial position as well as final position. So here net displacement will be equals to 0 because both positions are same, initial and final, both positions are same, so displacement will be equals to 0. Okay, but displacement is 2 pi r. So we can say displacement can be equal to 0. In next step, the similarity of both, that the SI unit of displacement is also meter. Okay, in distance traveled it is also meter, and in displacement it is in meter. So in next, it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Vector quantity, which I have already discussed here. Vector quantity means what? It has magnitude as well as direction. So displacement is a vector quantity. Okay. So there are two types of motion. One is uniform motion. Another one is non-uniform motion. Okay, non-uniform motion. What do you mean by uniform motion? It is clear from its name. Uniform means not changeable. Okay, not changeable means the continuous change in position when a body covered equal distance in equal intervals of time, okay, when a body covered equal distance in equal intervals of time, then the motion is known as uniform motion. Okay, one thing which I have said here, not changeable. This thing will be not changeable, that will be speed. Okay, speed, here speed cannot be changed. Okay, let us suppose a body is moving from point A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. Okay, if a body is moving from A to B, B to C, C to D and E, as on. Okay, let us suppose between A and B the distance is 5 meter, B to C distance is 5 meter, C to D distance is 5 meter, D to E distance is 5 meter. Okay, and the time taken to cover this distance from A to B is 2 seconds. Okay, here is also 2 seconds, here is also 2 seconds, here is also 2 seconds. Okay, so here equal distance are traveling in equal intervals of time. Okay, then when a body traveled an equal distance in equal intervals of time, then the motion is known as uniform motion. Okay, here the speed of the body between A and B, speed, as we know, speed is equals to distance traveled upon time taken. So distance is 5 meter and time is 2, so 5 by 2 seconds. Okay, so here it 5 by 2 meter per second. Here is also 5 by 2 meter per second. Here the speed is also 5 by 2 meter per second, and here also. Okay, so here speed is constant. Here speed is constant. So when a body covered an equal distance in equal intervals of time, then the motion is known as uniform motion. Okay, and in the case of uniform motion, the speed will be constant. Okay, now what is non-uniform motion? Non-uniform means not constant. When the speed of body is not constant, speed cannot be constant. Okay, it will be variable. It will be variable means changeable. Let us suppose a body is moving from point A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. Okay, and here the distance between A and B is 5 meter, B and C is 8 meter, C and D is 10 meter, D and E is 4 meter. Okay, let's this body take time to go from A to B is 2 seconds. Okay, from B to C is also 2 seconds, C to D is also 2 seconds, D to E is also 2 seconds. Okay, and here the body is traveling unequal distance. Okay, the body is traveling unequal distance in equal intervals of time. Okay, the body is traveling unequal distance in equal interval of time, then this motion is known as non-uniform motion. And here the speed will not be constant, it will be variable. Okay, so when the body covered unequal distance in equal intervals of time, then the motion is known as non-uniform motion. And in the case of non-uniform motion, the speed will be variable. Okay, speed will be variable, means what? It cannot be constant. See here, the speed between A and B is 5/2 meter per second according to this formula. Okay, speed is equals to distance upon time, so it will be 5/2 between A and B, and between B and C it will be equals to 8/2, means 4 meter per second. Okay, between C and D it is 10/2, means 5 meter per second. Between D and E it is 4/2, means 2 meter per second. Okay, so there are two types of motion. One is uniform motion, another one is non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means what? When a body covered an equal distance, in equal intervals of time, then the body is known as uniform motion, as it is moving here, and here speed will be constant. And when the body is traveling unequal distance in equal intervals of time, then the motion is known as non-uniform motion, and here the speed will be variable. Okay, just now speed. The body is moving how slow or how fast. Okay, the body is moving how slow or how fast will be analyzed by the speed. Okay, so speed is the phenomena of moving the body how slow or how fast. Okay, so types of speed. One is uniform speed. Another one, non-uniform speed. Next one, average speed. Okay, average speed. So guys, what do you mean by uniform speed? Uniform speed means here the speed will not be changed. Okay, when speed of the body will be constant, then the speed is called uniform speed. Non-uniform speed means what? Means it will be changed. Okay, so the variable speed is called non-uniform speed, because here the body is traveling an unequal distance in equal intervals of time, then its speed is called non-uniform speed. What do you mean by average speed? Average speed means what? Total distance traveled per unit, total time taken. Okay, total distance traveled per unit, total time taken is called average speed. Okay, let's suppose a body is moving from A to B and covering a distance x1. Okay, and then it is moving from B to C, it is covering distance x2, and the time taken on moving from A to B is t1, and from B to C is t2. Okay, so here the average speed will be equals to total distance traveled, means x1 and x2 both, So here x1 plus x2 divided by total time taken, mean t1 and t2 both. So here t1 plus t2. Okay, so average speed is what? The total distance traveled per unit total time taken. Okay, this is called average speed. Another formula I am going to derive here from this value. Okay, let the body is moving from A to B and traveling a distance x1 and its speed is v1. Okay, when it is moving from B to C, it traveled distance x2 and its speed is v2. Okay, so here as we know, average speed, v average means average speed is equals to total distance traveled per unit total time taken. Here time is not given, so t1 can be right here. T1 is equals to distance traveled upon speed, so x1 upon v1. Okay, and t2 will be equals to x2 upon v2, because here the distance traveled from B to C is x2 and speed is v2, so here time taken is t2. Okay, now we will put the value of t1 and t2 here, and we will get x1 plus x2 divided by x1 upon v1 plus x2 upon v2. Okay, this will be the another formula to solve the numerical related to this average speed. Okay, now the another formula of this average speed is what? Let a body is moving from A to B with speed v1, okay, and taking time t1, and if it is moving from B to C with speed v2 and taking time is t2. Okay, in this case what will be the average speed? As we know, average speed will be equals to total distance traveled. Total distance traveled means x1 plus x2 upon total time taken. But here distance is not giving here. Okay, so what will be the value at the place of x1 and x2? As we know, here x1 can be right v1 into t1. Okay, because distance traveled will be equals to speed into time, and speed is v1 and time taken is t1. So here x1 will be equals to v1 into t1, and here x2 will be equals to v2 into t2, because speed into time. So at the place of x1 we can write v1 into t1 plus at the place of x2 it will be equals to v2 into t2. Okay, and here t1 plus t2. So on this three formula we can solve the numericals related to average speed. It is very important topic from this chapter. Okay, and one numerical is always come in our board examination from this topic, average speed. Okay, so it's very important topic. Now velocity. What do you mean by velocity? The directional speed is called velocity. Okay, the directional speed is called velocity. Another definition: the displacement upon time taken is also called velocity. The another definition, and very important definition, the rate of change of position. Okay, the rate of change of position. Okay, the rate of change of position is called velocity. the rate of change of position is called velocity. Rate of change of position means what? See here. The rate of change of position is called velocity. It is represented by V, means delta x upon delta t. What is delta? This is called delta. Okay, and what is delta? The change in. Okay, the meaning of delta is the change in. The change in. Okay, and what is the meaning of delta upon delta t? Means the rate of change. Okay, the rate of change means here delta is representing the change in, and delta upon delta t mean what? The rate of change, means rate is representing of time. Okay, what is delta t? Means it is called rate. Okay, so delta upon delta t is the rate of change. If it is coming along with position, so it will be the rate of change in position. Okay, if it is coming along with velocity, so it is called the rate of change in velocity. If it is coming along with momentum p, okay, so it is called the rate of change in momentum. Okay, if it is coming along with acceleration, so it is called the rate of change in acceleration. Okay, so see here, the rate of change of position is called velocity. Means what? If a body is moving from point A to B, and here its position is x1 and here x2. Okay, so x2 upon minus x1 upon t2 minus t1, means here when the body start to move, then time is t1, and when it reach at B, then time is t2. So here t2 minus t1. What is x2? It is final position, and what is x1? It is initial position. Here what is t2? It is final time taken, and t1 is initial time. Okay, so the rate of change in position is called velocity. Now there are three types of velocity. First one, uniform velocity. Second one, non-uniform velocity. Third one, average velocity. Okay, average velocity. Firstly, what do you mean by uniform velocity? What is uniform velocity? Uniform means constant. Okay, if the velocity of the body is constant, mean what? If a body is covering equal displacement, okay, if a body is covering equal displacement in equal intervals of time, okay, equal displacement in equal intervals of time, then its velocity will be uniform. Okay, and that is called uniform velocity. What is non-uniform velocity? Means here velocity will be variable. Here velocity will be variable, means changeable. Okay, if the velocity will be constant, then acceleration will be equal to 0. Okay, when the velocity will be constant, then acceleration will be 0, and here if the velocity will be variable, then there will be some acceleration. Okay, some acceleration A. So what do you mean by average velocity? The total displacement in a particular time, or we can say the total displacement by the body per unit total time taken. Okay, total time taken. In same way of distance traveled, in the case of distance traveled, in the case of average speed, the total distance traveled by the body per unit total time taken, it's called average speed. And in the case of velocity, the total displacement by the body per unit total time taken, it's called average velocity.